Alright y'all, welcome back. We are standing on our new lease that we purchased this year. We got an idea and I want to prepare for dove season. It's still really early, but it's a whole process, guys. Coming in here, spraying the fields, planting what I want to do for doves and what we're going to plant for deer. So it all kind of like goes into play, and it's hard because going off of times with farmers, they plant it to, you know, harvest the crops and we're leaving them. So in theory, our sunflowers should take about 101 days to be full mature. So it's about time we start getting that ready. And while we're going to be doing that, I want to prepare fake power lines for these doves. Now, last year my sunflowers, if you guys remember, did not grow more than like 1.5 feet, so it kind of sucked. But we did hunt over power lines that were like no more than like 70 yards from us, and that's how we did our dove hunting video. So if we have a little bit of power lines and our sunflowers, the season should be pretty good. So I contacted some friends. I had to figure it out, but we wound up getting 3 power poles that should be, we got to figure out the math, but it should be right around like 18 or 19 foot, with us digging them about 5 foot into the ground. We have the old dingo. Nick is going to be running that. We have the auger because I'm not using a post hole digger to do 5 foot. That's going to suck. And yeah, we got all of our wire, we got all of our supplies, and we're just kind of right now figuring out how we're going to do them apart. This wire is extremely expensive, and I got 2 rolls for us that should be around 500 foot. So we're just trying to figure out with 3 poles, how are we going to be able to do that to have 3 different cables running down. I'll show you guys the supplies we have to make this work, but with that being said, let's go ahead and start unloading everything, get the dingo off, and let's start drilling our first hole. That's a good hole, son. This auger is saving our ass. Imagine having to post hole dig 5 foot or 4 foot, whatever we do, all the way down. This field, and when I jump down here, see how it bends past where Nick is? So I don't want him in the field, but we're working with it being curved. So with that one there, this one here, the next one should go kind of going through the field on the outside, but it's gonna be on the path. So it should pan out good. We're also trying to fight weather right now. It's currently misting. Around like 3 o'clock we're getting hit, but as long as we can get these in the ground, I can come back and do what we got to do, but that's the most important thing. So like I said, we have our poles some of them are over 25, but this green one was in really good shape, so I snagged it too. But it's a lot smaller. I'm pretty sure this is like 23 or so. It's 23 9.5, so we'll literally cut all of them to that size. They'll all be the same length once they go in, but I'll be happy with that. We should be, I mean, when we're in the high teens for our height. Do what we can. It was hard to even find those being the size they are. Most of them are going to be 15, 20. I mean, I know they make them bigger, but for me to get my hands on them in about 3 days, we'll take it. I don't think the electric one's got it, son. Go ahead and put her up. That is a good chainsaw, though. It's just the blade's really dull. Grab the supplies that we're going to use to actually mount these lines, and Guys, I'm going simple. People are doing it all different types of ways. Honestly, I really didn't even look up too many videos on how to do this. I use this hardware a lot, and I figured I had a game plan, and I'm gonna do it the way I was thinking about doing it. So we're gonna send her up and really just see what happens.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys, so the type of wire we are using for this project is 1/4 inch galvanized wire.
And why are we using that? It was the cheapest shit we can find.
And it was the cheapest, but still expensive.
Yeah, but it's gonna do good. I was looking at the prices. I wanted to get that, but it had a like silicone cover over it, call it, but that was $1.50 per foot. So we put that one down, but the thickness is good. I was talking to my buddy Jay Maxwell, and he said his buddy works for the power line company, and he recommended just using something that was like even pencil size. 2 anchors for the bottom.
Yeah.
This is the very last pole. I have to grind and cut those. These are gonna get hooked into the 3rd pole. Those are gonna go to that. These are the middles, and then those are gonna be the last pole. If I'm still recording on this, that's what the game plan is. I just explained it to the boys. So we're gonna do that, but it's got to go in order. The 3rd one we need to start with. All lines need to be ran. We'll go to the 2nd one before we put that one up, and then lastly, I can climb the 3rd one, and that's how we're gonna tighten all this up. And then we're gonna run our 2 anchors going down the side. So. All right, Drew's walking this back, and we're kind of just, we remeasured what we did with the distance, and we're just gonna subtract where that pole is from the front to down here. We're gonna have to cut, obviously, this main line. And we are losing wire quick. Damn it, boy, it's hot. I think we planned this. This is gonna be perfect, dude.
Yeah.
I really think so. Damn, dude. How much it is a roll make it easier to get out? All right, number 3. All right, we're going up. 1, 2, 3.
Drop it, drop it, drop it. There you go.
Damn, that's freaking tall, dude. Good. Right there. Camera's not even reaching the very top of it, guys. It's tall, way taller than like what I thought. Like, it's actually not adding up to me. Go ahead and move on to number 2. For the anchors on the first one, we're using about that size right there. I want to be a little bit stronger, but literally this 2nd pole's job is just to keep the wires from not moving. So these little guys right here will do the job. Because of the way our wire was, I don't know if I explained this yet, but about 8 or 9 foot this way once we do, but we are gonna have to kind of tie it up and continue our 2nd or 3rd wire, but that's not bad. It's not really gonna make a difference, but guys, we're looking good. Guys, cannot be happier with this project so far. These damn poles are tall. Tall as hell. I can't even get them in the frame once we put them up, but this is what we're looking like. We got 1, 2, and we just finished our third. Now, like I said, these are all the way ran through, but now I need to climb my ass all the way up there, stake him with pretty much tree stand spikes, and try to get them tightened up. Once we get up there, we're actually going to install one of our Moultrie edges. I'm going to explain a little bit more about that camera and what it's all capable of. It's actually a new sponsor for the channel this year, and hopefully years to come on. So my goal is to take these, we got 16 of them, and I'm just gonna try to spike my way up, and we got like I said, we got to tighten cables. I want to put that camera up there so we can see what lands on these poles and these power lines. So I can guarantee it's gonna be a lot more than just doves. So I gotta be able to change batteries out and do the whole deal. So I reckon let's start screwing these out. Alright guys, it is now day 2 that we're working on this project, but it's been a couple of days. The rain has been absolutely whooping our ass, so we finally got somewhat of a clear day. We're gonna get hit this evening, so I figured it worth a shot to come out here and try to finish this up. Last thing I do is install all the spikes going all the way up the post, which by the way is sketchy as shit, man. It's not fun being up there, but that's what leads us to our next step. We have to finish connecting all of our lines to the last post. So that's what our plan is gonna be today. I have a strategy how we're gonna do it. It's not gonna be fun for old Peter, but it's what we gotta do. Let's get some gear ready, let's head up, and let's hope we don't fall off. All right guys, my plan is to grab one of these cables, hold it in my hand, climb all the way up this post, and try to pull the line as tight as I possibly can, but then also leaving, you know, enough room for this, because this is how we're going to connect it up there, then to try to tighten the line. I'm thinking if I bring a Sharpie up in my hand with me and I pull the line, I can try to measure and mark where to cut it. We'll jump down, we'll cut where I measured, we'll hook this up, get everything ready, and then I should be able to climb back up. And in theory, you know, it should be pretty darn close just to hook it. Therefore, all we got to do is tighten it, and we need to do that 3 times. I'm gonna hold this in my mouth. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is sketchy. All right, let's pull it tight. I'm gonna guess somewhere about right there. Drop the line. Climbing this with one hand is gonna be fun. There's a strategy. I can hook it on each as I go up. Trying to tighten it with my hands to see if we get anywhere. We're getting tighter, so it's doing something. I mean, it's not terrible. Some way, somehow, I like to get it a lot tighter. Let's just go ahead and start the other ones, and we're gonna loop back to that one. I mean, I could stretch off the pole and hang to where, I mean, it'll be kind of where I want it to be up top, but let's just see what happens with these others. Number 2. I'm trusting what I'm about to do right here. I'm not even gonna go up, because I mean, it should be the same thing, just not as much, but we should be good about right here to cut. Oh boy. All right, we're hooked. All right, now I gotta switch hands. This one's going on the opposite side. One more move up. There we go. Once again, looking pretty loose, but let's tighten her up. Not looking terrible, but I want to get that top line tight as I can get it. So we're gonna have to loop back to that one. Let's move on to the third. Now, if any of them are gonna droop, I want it to be this last one and not the first. Come here. All right, we're right here. Hook her up. Give the old tighten. All right, let's jump down and see what we got. One thing I'm keeping in mind too, guys, is that I'm gonna anchor 2 lines pulling these poles back at that last one and this first one. So, you know, it should maybe lean back a little bit. These things are a pain in the ass. Let's see what we can do and try to anchor. Have our line ran. It is anchored up there at the top, and when I pull on this, it's pulling this pole. So guys, I think this is gonna work out work out extremely good. I'm gonna run a 5-foot PVC pipe through there. We're gonna paint this black and yellow just so it's not a hazard out here with hanging wire towards the ground. Alright guys, this is what we're looking at. Extremely happy with the way they're pulling against each other now. This one is anchored and it did exactly what I wanted it to, and actually tightened it up a lot. So we go on the opposite side now, do the same thing, pull it that way. Guys, we're not far from being done with this project. The only issue, I nailed it, having enough wire to, do three lines, on anchoring this side, but I am out of wire to do this anchor, so rope it is. Now there's gonna be a lot of stretch. Might have to tighten it up multiple times. Let it sit for a week, come back, tighten it again, because it is gonna stretch, but it's all we got to finish this, so let's make it happen. Y'all, I couldn't be happy with the way this project turned out. I mean, just turn around and look at it, man. We got the poles extremely tall, lines are tight, everything is set up. Now we just need to let the doves on the wildlife just come to the property and enjoy it. When they do, I want to be able to see what is using these power lines, guys. So I mentioned it earlier in the video. We pulled a new sponsor for the channel this year, and that was Moultrie Mobile. Before this company even reached out to me to partner up, I've been using these cameras for like the last 2.5 years. Because I've been using them so long, they just keep on coming out with just game-changing features that are just literally breaking the market. We're probably gonna have close to 15 to 17 active on and off of this property. Pictures, videos, everything is clear. All of it is mobile to your phone. So guys, these videos are getting sent straight to you. We get trespassers, or just if something cool comes through the property, I immediately get the picture, and that just saves having to come out here and pull, 17 SIM cards. One of my favorites is the maps. I know where every single one of my cameras are, because guys, literally on this property right now, I got a camera about a mile away. I mean, it gets confusing when the summer grows up. You kind of forget where you're marking these locations. Moultrie's really got your back to make your hunting experience the best it could possibly be. So they sent out a ton of cameras, and my goal is to stick one on top of this telephone pole, and we're gonna see what lands on it. If you guys wanna go check them out, I'll leave all their stuff in the description down below. They're gonna be a huge help to the channel this year. Show some support to them. With that being said, let's climb up there and let's mount this joke. Completely forgot to mention this too. Moultrie actually has rechargeable battery packs. These things are sick. You can do a battery check right here and kind of see where you're at. This is your standard. I can't tell you how many batteries I go through, and being able to recharge something that literally pops straight into this camera, you can't beat that. Let's pop that out and let's get our new lithium in. All of my cameras recently have been getting this swapped, because when I say it is a game changer, I mean it. I don't know if you guys have been hearing that the whole entire time. Just listen for a second. All of that humming, that is millions of cicadas, I think, or locusts, or whatever people call them. This year, I think that's like the biggest year they've been in hibernation or something for like 13 years. I couldn't believe that's what that is, but I'm surrounded by literally millions of them. Got this around our neck. Let's try not to fall off. I think right in the middle is a good spot. Currently connecting. We're all done. If you guys enjoyed this power line project, let me know in the comments down below. I'm super excited to see, what lands on it and what we can get to, come to the property. That's what it's all about, doing little projects like this just to make this property the best it can possibly be. I know for damn sure it's gonna be fun watching these doves land on these power lines while we're literally sitting, not far from it. They have an option to sit there and chill, or they're gonna have an option to come into these fields and start eating what we're about to plant, I think later this month. So guys, it's gonna be good. Like I said, if you're enjoying these videos of the new property, let me know in the comments down below. I really appreciate you watching. Until next time.